Yo, what's good guys? KosherTech here. So today we got a aRGB controller to review from Cooler Master. Let's go. Now this is a bad boy you can cop on Amazon for 60 bucks. I want to say it's a little way too on the pricey side. I'll explain to you guys in a second, but quickly let's see what it's compatible with. We have Aura Sync, Asus Aura Sync, ASRock Polychrome, ASRock Polychrome, Gigabyte Fusion, MSI, and your regular RGB port. So aRGB as well as RGB. I believe this controller basically rocks. Now, all the specs, anything I missed, I will have that in the description below, guys. But anyways, everything is basically broken down here. Micro USB 2.0 connector, which is going to connect from your from the device into the motherboard. But very simple, very self-explanatory. Let's peep this, basically how it works, what it does. Now, I also did review the Razer Chroma. I'm going to show you guys that in a second exactly. Now, this device is not as good, I want to say. It doesn't have as many features as the Razer Chroma. So for instance, oh man, they get so many, all these probes and BS. Let's just go over, what is, oh, this is some, yeah, this, is there like a decent instructional guide on how to install this at least? Okay, so there's actually a decent instructional guide over here. Now, the one downside of this controller is it doesn't have a dedicated software to it. So for instance, not a motherboard software. So none of the motherboards that I mentioned, Cooler Master software, that's just no bueno. I mean, $60. Now, for the Razer Chroma, so it's 40 bucks. Now, and this side, you know, the Cooler Master device is substantially smaller, as you guys can see over here. Look at this, just different, smaller, different design. This is more like a square, bulkier design. But the cool thing about the Chroma is it gives you their own software. So for instance, if you don't have the motherboard that, you know, has a 3-pin aRGB, it has an RGB 4-pin header, you could use this via their software. With this, unfortunately, you can't. You would have to use it manually with these buttons. Now, one downside of the Razer Chroma, it's powered via Molex, but I mean, it is what it is. I did review the Razer Chroma. I'll have that in the description as well as hopefully throw up a card. But anyways, it's powered via SATA. You could connect up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so up to 6 fans. This is the micro USB 2.0 connector over here. You connect it through that and then into your motherboard. They have so many connectors here, so you could make these into your temperature probes, and just it's like too much over, you know, it's like literally it's too many connections, honestly. Like it's really too much. So here's the adapter. So we're gonna take this micro USB 2.0, boom, we're gonna plug this, and then we're gonna do this into the extender, to the converter, and then we're going to plug in the USB into the USB port, and that's basically it on how to connect it. Now, again, this device is only for the aRGB functionality, so only for the colors, not for the fan speed. So you're going to connect the 3 pins all into here, and then essentially you're good to go. Now, what you could also do is there's a mobile reset switch. So instead of you restarting your computer, you're going to take that header and you're going to plug it into here. So every time when you hit the restart button, your colors are going to essentially change. That's what I'm going to do in this demonstration of this video. So yeah, I mean, we have all these plenty of different wires, all different connectors. These work for ASRock, Asus, and MSI, and I believe Gigabyte has their own separate one, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, there's a lot of things. There's all these converters. There's so many. This is what, like a splitter or something, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's that. But if you are interested, let's put it this way, man. If you are interested in getting this device, I would probably just I haven't even plugged it in, but I imagine how it's going to be. I would say just get the Razer Chroma, man. Get the Razer Chroma. It's going to work a lot easily, and it's much more user-friendly with their software than this guy, to be honest. Because, like I said, you're going to have to use the ASRock software or your MSI software, the Asus software, instead of using its own Cooler Master software. And, you know, like you could press these buttons over here. They're going to switch colors, and then there's different modes and everything. So we're going to go through that as well in the review. But essentially, let's go. All right, guys, so I got everything set up. Just basically, these are the Cooler Master ML fans. I'm going to use this as an example. So essentially how it works is, so there's 5 ways, there's 5 ports here to hook up, 4 ports actually here to hook up the fans. Now, these 2 additional ones here, this is for aRGB 3-pin to your motherboard, And this is the 4-pin, which I mentioned, and also to your motherboard. If your motherboard has a 4-pin, you're basically going to plug it in here into this hub. Now, essentially, here's the booklet. I mean, the booklet essentially tells you everything, how to broken down. Now, this is for LED mode. So right now, this is in rainbow. So we have it in this effect. If we press it again, it's going to be this effect. I mean, so on and so forth. You know, you guys get the gist of it. Now, when I press this RGB, aRGB, now this is for aRGB and RGB functionalities. Now, you see both of these lights are basically lit up as indicators. Now, if you're using aRGB or RGB, you're going to plug it into either port, 3-pin or 4-pin, and then you're going to use the software via your motherboard. So your Asus, ASRock, all those motherboards. So we're going to press this again because we are using the hub itself. So essentially, what else we got? You know, this effect. Now you could also speed up. You could change the colors faster. See, the colors now are changing here. Now it's also dependent on these fans. These fans particularly have these effects and different LEDs, different LED counts installed. We could also speed up the LED and slow it down. So if we're gonna, for instance, go to, this turns them off. Let's go to this effect. You see, they're going faster, faster. I believe that's max. And now essentially they're at the lowest point. I mean, that's basically it. And then of course you could just daisy chain the fans here. I just put them into a hub via SATA, so the fans are going to spin. It's going to give you guys a better representation on how these fans work. And then you have all these different effects that you could do with the fans. Now, that's basically it. I mean, like I said, aRGB, RGB. If you have one more fan, you could put one more in here, and then you could just daisy chain them like this. Now, if you have a reset button, if you have all these other stuff, I'm gonna put in the description below what the functionalities are as well. But like I said, if you're gonna spend this, definitely get the Razer Chroma. It's gonna be you have the software. It's 40 bucks. You know, it's $20 less than this. It's just the better functionality and usability to use the Chroma instead of this. This is a bit old, I feel, and you know, in my opinion. But if you guys still want it, I showed you guys what it does. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this Cooler Master Hub. Deuces!